TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch. The Fellowship Center, apartment living for low-income seniors and the disabled, offering an independent living center, monthly social activities, and transportation. The Fellowship Center, 301 Lafayette Avenue East, Mattoon.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Leeman. We begin tonight with sad news from the entertainment world as country music legend Dolly Parton has died. Miss Parton came from humble beginnings before reaching the greatest of heights of country music. She won 11 Grammys and released 49 albums during her lengthy and remarkable music career. Parton was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1999 and received the Recording Academy's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2011. Dolly Parton was 80 years old. Switching gears now, police say a paperweight led to a building evacuation at the University of Illinois yesterday. University of Illinois police say a professor found what appeared to be a grenade in a classroom at Temple Bew Hall. Police issued an alert to all students, faculty, and staff to evacuate the building. They say a student who got that alert approached officers and told them the device was a cast iron replica grenade paperweight used to hold down papers in class. Students in the class had left their belongings in the room when the class moved outside, and officers say the student hadn't returned to retrieve the paperweights and other items. Police say there was no intent to cause alarm and no danger, and the student was released without charges. The Clark County's Sheriff's Office is asking help finding the people responsible for breaking into 2 Westfield businesses earlier this month. They say 3 subjects broke into the Westfield Pub and Westfield Cafe on the morning of August 16th. Law enforcement released the surveillance photos and videos. If you recognize the individuals or have any information about these incidents, they ask you to call the number on the screen. That is the Sheriff's Office. An Effingham man is heading to prison for robbing a hotel at knife point in April. Police say Nicholas Courtwright robbed the Days Inn on Draymond Court, then fled. Officers say they used a drone and found Courtwright in a makeshift encampment in a wooden area nearby. Records show last week Courtwright pleaded guilty to a charge of aggravated robbery and was sentenced to 10 years in the Department of Corrections, followed by up to a year of a supervised release. We also have an update in the case of a former substitute teacher charged with soliciting a child and possessing child pornography. Back in 2023, authorities arrested Hayden Miller of Shelbyville, who school officials say worked as an occasional substitute teacher in the Shelbyville School District. Court records show in June, Miller pleaded guilty to a single count of solicitation and was placed on probation for 2 years. Records show he was ordered to have no unsupervised contact with minors under the age of 16 and to have no employment that allows unsupervised contact with minors. The Tolono Fire Protection District is showcasing some new equipment. The equipment comes following a 2024 tax referendum to support the district. Department officials say the new equipment includes 2 newer model fire engines, a new brush truck, 2 Lucas CPR devices, and updating the portable radio system. They say it also includes 14 sets of a new firefighter turnout gear. The Effingham County Humane Society says they're still looking for answers about 8 dogs reported left reportedly left at a gas station. The Humane Society says the person who brought in the dogs to the shelter told them the dogs were found in a small crate at a Quick Stop in Effingham Wednesday. The Humane Society looked for answers at the Quick Stop, where the manager told them there was no video evidence of the dogs. They then turned to social media to find the answer and to ask for donations. They said more than $6,800 were raised to help the dogs, who are all available for adoption.
Good evening, and I hope you enjoyed the wonderful warm weather we had today. For most of the area, we saw low 80s, but some of the areas saw high 70s. As you can see, Champaign 78, Charleston 80, and Effingham 83. So quite nice weather. For the night, we will see the temperature drop down to about 64 degrees with some scattered showers and light wind coming from the southwest about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if you're going out early, do make sure to bring an umbrella because that rain will get you. Looking forward, we do see that rain is coming around 4 to 5 a.m. and it will move out by about 7 a.m. Then as we continue throughout the day, we can see that there is another rain event later on, but at 64 degrees is your low temperature at 5 a.m. Around noon, we see 85 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. The winds are still from the southwest, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. 4 p.m. is your next rain event at the high temperature around 88 also. Southwest wind still. The winds change to the northwest around 10 p.m., 5 to 10 miles per hour. 76 degrees will be that temperature. And that second rain event is right here. It moves into the area, a little bit scattered around 1, but continues throughout until about 7 p.m. and it will clear out for the Thursday morning. For the next 3 days, ending our work week out, we do see partly cloudy skies being the consistent thing. Also, mid to high 80s. 85 on Thursday, 84 on Friday, and Saturday will be 87. And once again, that 6 to 10 day outlook is showing that we are going to be above on temperature by a fair bit. This is because of where the jet stream is to the north of us. It is causing warm air to be pulled from the Gulf, which causes the temperatures to be just a little bit warmer than you would expect. And we will see this on the 7-day outlook that's coming up right now. As you can see, those temperatures are, at least for this work week, in the mid to high 80s. They do drop down a little bit for Saturday at 87, but Sunday does warm up 92 degrees, and that trend does continue for the next work week. Monday being 94, Tuesday being 95. So for those 3 days, you do want to make sure you bring some water or something to stay cool because it is going to be quite warm.
Welcome back to Sports Watch. It feels good to be back, and that's what EIU men's soccer is saying as they prepare for their home opener against Wright State. The Panthers opened up regular season play last Thursday, but lost that contest to the Omaha Mavericks 4-2. Now Eastern returns to Lakeside Field to host the Raiders, who have lost their first 2 games of the 2026 campaign. EIU and Wright State will square off on Thursday at 4 before the Panthers host St. Thomas on Sunday at noon. We head over to the Diamond, where newly acquired ace Kevin Gausman is on the mound for the Cubbies as they head to Arizona to face the Diamondbacks. In the second inning with Ian Happ on first, Pedro Ramirez hits a beautiful line drive to right field that just keeps rolling down the fence line. Happ scores on the RBI triple by Ramirez to give Chicago the early lead. Then in the 6th, after scoring the run in the 5th, Michael Conforto unleashes this one way into the right field seats to make it 4-0 Cubbies. And for the cherry on top, Carson Kelly crushes one to left field seconds later to seal the deal. Kevin Gausman throws 7 scoreless frames in his best Cubs start to date, and Chicago easily takes down the D-backs 7-0. These two teams duke it out again tonight at 8:40. After a thrilling series against the Mets that included 2 walk-off homers, the Chicago White Sox host the Texas Rangers, looking to keep the train rolling. The Rangers put up 2 runs in the first, but Andrew Benintendi is set on matching that as he rips this one deep to right field. But Brandon Nimmo denies a Benny bomb by skilling the wall to make this incredible catch, and Texas stays ahead. Now trailing by 3, Tristan Peters makes the crowd go bananas as the former Savannah Banana sends a no-doubter into the right field stands to cut the deficit to 1. But Jose Urquidy just couldn't get outs on the mound for the Sox. and Corey Seager punishes a weak sinker for a 2-run double. Urquidy pitched just 3 innings and gave up 5 runs and 6 hits. All the stat talk is making me hungry. Who wants a burger bomb? Jake Berger delivers his 22nd homer of the season to put the game on ice. In the 9th, Wyatt Langford added a 2-run shot, and the Rangers demolished the Sox 11-2. Game 2 of the 3-game series begins tonight at 6:40. Finally, tonight we're less than 48 hours away from the start of the PGA Tour Championship. The top 30 players from the PGA Tour season, which started all the way back in January, head to the famed East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia, to duke it out for the highly coveted FedEx Cup trophy. World number 1 Scottie Scheffler and world number 2 Rory McIlroy headline the list of favorites, as do the only 3 players with 3 wins this season on tour: Matthew Fitzpatrick, Chris Gotterup, and last week's winner, Wyndham Clark. It all begins at 10 a.m. on Thursday with reigning Open champion Ryan Fox teeing off in the opening pairing. And that concludes tonight's Sports Watch report. For a final check of your forecast, here's Persephone Gordon.
Once again, for our weather, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the mid to high 80s for the end of this work week. It'll drop down a little bit from Wednesday to Thursday, Wednesday being that high for this ending of the work week, but the temperatures will come back up for Saturday, seeing 87. And the temperature will just continue to rise. 92 on 92 on Sunday, 94 on Monday, and Tuesday will be 95. That was a look at your weather, and have a good night.
Thank you, Persephone, and thank you for joining us tonight. For more news and weather, be sure to log on to our website at WEIU.net. Have a good night.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection, commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
The Fellowship Center, apartment living for low-income seniors and the disabled, offering an independent living center, monthly social activities, and transportation. The Fellowship Center, 301 Lafayette Avenue East, Mattoon.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.